Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 now today. Got some Ancient Inheritance for you guys. That's right, we haven't done an Ancient Inheritance video on this channel ever. And I thought, hey, might as well shake things up. Let's do a little PvE content, and it's been 11 seasons of this mode, and I haven't done anything on this, so might as well show you guys how I've been approaching Ancient Inheritance for the past few seasons, ever since they kind of revamped this entire mode here. So what I'm gonna go for here is a elite monster team, right, against this little Earth Golem. Now, I am specializing in fire for my guild. I typically solo this element. I'm able to do it because I have the pretty good knowledge of these team comps and what I should be running into these monsters. But Akadi's here on some Rod of Amaryllis, and her sets don't really matter. I believe she's on like a speed resist set or something of the sort. Kawazu here is going to be the defense breaker for the team. I think he's on speed penetration set, and he's on Cradle of Life for some extra little debuff shenanigans. We then have our damage dealer. We have Sirmia. She is on a, I think she's on like a rage set or something like that. Hopefully it'll work out. Ideally you put her on like speed, but against an elite monster, it's not too big of a deal for me. We do have her on Our Beautiful Seasons for just increased damage against bosses as well. The last unit here is kind of a backup damage deal. We got Roy, who is on lifesteal, so he's going to be very self-sufficient, and then Chatty's going to help him stay alive in the long run. Now, for my elements here, I am a level 5 fire element, but I also actually have this, this little relic here. It's the snake head figurine. I used an object before going to this fight, so I do have 2 stacks of Tundra's Blessing, and Tundra's Blessing increases damage by 30%, right? So we're going to be sweeping through this boss here. It's a level 3 boss. Just going to make sure you turn off auto, and yeah, it's off to the races. I'm going to go ahead and just start off with an S3. We're probably going to be burning through this elite monster like it's nothing, so we'll just keep smacking it. Oh, that's a nice little dual attack. Ooh, very nice. Sirmia with her EE there. Pretty good, pretty good. And then he does cleanse one of his debuffs. Unfortunately there, I probably should have ended up using Akadi's non-attack skill. Right? If I use a non-attack skill there, then he won't have countered, because he does stack the rock debris. It's okay though, we're still dealing pretty incredible amounts of damage, and you can still soul burn in this mode too, so we are looking pretty good. I will cleanse the defense break off the Sirmia, and then if I soul burn the Kawazu's S1, it actually increases his percent chance of defense break to 100% chance for 2 turns, which is going to be quite nice. I will go ahead and do it because Sirmia is coming up. So yeah, see, look at that. We should be able to lap here, and then we reset. Okay, so we'll go with a greater attack buff into this defense broken Golem. Oh yeah, that's a good chunk of damage right there. Roy can self-attack buff here, so we'll go for an S3. But yeah, usually if you're comfortably kind of over-leveled, you're really not going to worry too much about these elite boss fights. The main fight that we have to take care of is the upcoming one with the Warden. There you go. Right, hitting him, and he turn-cycled his buffs around, so he cleanses the blind. And now we can go ahead and attack him with the defense break. Very, very nice. Still attack buff on Roy. Pretty good damage right there. We'll just cleanse up one more time. Alright, so Kawazu has his S3 back up. Might as well throw it out there just to give the damage, but also get the unhealable on him with the bleeds. Very nice. This makes it so you see when the when he's turn cycling, right, the buffs around. Every time he takes a turn, the buffs change their order. Unfortunately here it didn't, but he didn't cleanse. That's good. When he does that like little ground pound with his open hand palm, that's when he does the cleanse. Okay, so let's go ahead and just heal Akadi's herself. Rod of Amaryllis makes it so she passively heals whoever has the lowest HP on your side. Let's go ahead and smack him. See, there's the counter. He cleanses the defense break. Unfortunate, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and S3, get some heals. Used to be able to solo with Roy into the Golem, but then they changed how the Golem works. So he ignores damage limit buffs and such, right? So Roy's passive is like a damage limit buff. It makes it so that the golem doesn't get soloed anymore. It's a little unfortunate. It used to be super fun back in the day where you can bring a Roy, like level 1 Roy, and he can solo like even the hardest of the elite bosses here. Alright, there we go. He's gonna cleanse, but the defense break is nice and safe, tucked away there behind the other debuffs. So he's not gonna cleanse that. There you go, see? Very nice, very nice. Okay, one more turn there. We're gonna go ahead and heal the Acades up. See, passively healing the Kawazu. Okay, so I'm gonna Soul Burn. I have a greater attack buff. There's a defense break on this golem. There you go, very nice. And you can see these bosses have a ton of HP. Thankfully, we're going to be able to solo this one. We should be able to solo the Warden as well, as long as I don't mess up. Should I Soul Burn? I don't think I Soul Burn this. We'll just go and tap the golem with an S1. Yeah, wouldn't have been enough if not I Soul Burn. We have our heal up just in time to heal up the Sirmia. Let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful stuff. And at this point, counters here. I mean, he didn't counter there. I will Soul Burn. Why not? There you go. So he'll turn cycle around, get rid of the blind, which is very nice. So Sirmia can come in and still hit him while he has a defense break. Roy's gonna finish the job. And there you go. That's the elite boss monster soloed. We are gonna go ahead and take on the Warden next. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so we defeated the elite mob. What we're gonna do is actually grab one of these real quick. The reason I'm interacting with the item is because now you can see above my head, we have our little buff again, which is fantastic. Now we're gonna go and shift our attention to the Earth Warden. I'm gonna go ahead and walk forward. We'll start fighting him and we'll probably be able to take him on solo. On the first floor, he is a level 3. If you guys are interested, I can show you guys my fights for the Wardens in the future floors as well, but the team comp that I'm going to be using for this is pretty straightforward, right? If you guys use the Ancient Inheritance resources and guys that are out there, Mascot Hazel is one of the best healers here. Same with Tamarin, but I'm going to save that as a backup Soul Weaver for if I need to go in another time. Where I'm going to test out the Afternoon Soak Flan here. Normally I'd bring Sirmia. I use Sirmia against the little Warden things, or it's not the little Wardens, the elite boss monsters earlier. So we're going to use Afternoon Soak Flan this time to see if her damage is comparable, right? Normally you can solo this with a Sirmia here, but we're going to test this out. Obviously I'm a little bit, you know, over-leveled here with the Tundra's Blessing as well, but that should be a good, decent little test. Okay, next up we're going to go for Haste. Haste is a really good defense breaker here for the team. He also has Vampirism in his S2 that he can put on the boss that allows the team to heal. Afternoon Soak Flan's actually on a Lifesteal build. Could technically get more damage on a Destruction build, but I'm too lazy to switch builds here. Haste is just geared up with Speed and Torrent, and last but not least, we're going to go ahead and use Tenebria, who's also on Speed and Torrent. So let me go ahead and show you their stats. Mascot Hazel, first of all, is just running Speed and I think some Resistance. She is on Touch of Rekos for some extra healing. Tenebria here is on Speed and Torrent because she has some AoEs. She's on Bloody Rose for the extra chance to inflict Vampiric Touch on the opponent so that we can also heal from damaging. Next up is the Haste. So Haste is also on Speed and Torrent. I also have him on Alabastron. The main reason I have that is because when he uses single target attack, so his S1 or S2, he has a 2 in 3 chance of inflicting a good debuff on the boss. So decreased attack, decreased defense, decreased speed, right? Unhealable. It's not terrible. Last but not least, we have Afternoon Soak Flan. She's going to be the main DPS in this fight here. Obviously, she's not on a Destruction set, but hopefully Lifesteal is going to be okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this and see how it goes. First time using Afternoon Soak Flan, so I am quite curious. Very nice. You do want Hazel in the front line, by the way. Hazel in the front line is fantastic to soak up damage, and because she's on Touch of Rekos, we'll be able to heal up every time the boss hits us, at least once per turn. Let's go ahead and S3 here. I'm going to go ahead and put the greater attack buff onto the Afternoon Soak Flan. We definitely want her to get that damage boost here. And the boss, he's looking pretty He's looking pretty debuffed right now. So he is immune to things like restrict and stuff, but he's not immune to a speed down, which I would like to inflict with the S2 here. So let's go ahead and try getting that. There you go. Decreased speed is going to be fantastic for us. Afternoon Soak Flawn's also really good because she can actually use her S3 to defense break, which is pretty useful. I will go ahead and just use it here because it's a defense broken boss and we have a greater attack buff. We have so many ways to defense break in this team that it should not be an issue going for that early. Let's see here. We could go for... I don't necessarily know if I need to S2. I'm going to S1 just to... get some of that damage in there. Unfortunately, though, Flawn doesn't, she doesn't dual attack, right? Because the amount of focus and fighting spirit gained is decreased by 100%, so you do got to keep that in mind. I am just testing her for her general damage, kind of as a Surmia replacement right now. We will go for, let's go for an S1. The defense break is already on the boss, right? So we're good. Afternoon Soak Flawn should be dealing some decent damage. Yeah, that's some decent damage. It's okay. Nothing to write home about. I'd say Surmia is probably, still a little bit better, given that you can't dual attack with the Flawn here. Again, this is my first time using her in this mode here. Right, it's the first Ancient Inheritance we've had since her release. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Flawn again. Go, and haste, do we need a heal? I don't necessarily think so, but next turn he's gonna S3 anyway, so we might as well go for the S2, and then, ooh, actually, boss is gonna go ahead and S3. They don't strip with this, so it's not terrible. Let's go ahead and just S3 here, give the Afternoon Soak Flawn the greater attack buff once more. There we go, and we'll go for an S2. I'm pretty sure if we went on a destruction set or something, it would have been better. Or even after so far on the speed set would be really nice. So if you can just turn cycle way faster. Alright. I know that the boss cleansed everything, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and S3 there. There you go. Reapply that defense break. And just get some more damage in here. If we could dual attack, that would have been amazing. Alright, let's go for the heal. And we're gonna go here. I think we still got this. It is a little bit of, you might be like, oh, Lazza, you're doing good damage right now. We're doing okay damage. The main issue is that, ooh, we should probably soul burn this. The main issue with this is that the boss ramps up his damage over time, right, as the turns go by. So we do have to keep that in mind. Let's go for an S1 here, because you'll eventually reach the point where you can kind of just one-shot your team, right? And your frontline unit cannot withstand the damage that's being dealt. So I could actually soul burn this to increase damage dealt with the haste. It's not bad. I think I'll give haste a greater attack buff next time. Alright, let's try this. Give it to haste. There you go. Okay, so I think for next time, I will go for the Surmia instead. Alright, let's go for S3. No, he has his ulti up already. We'll just go for an S1. Haste does lap, that's pretty good. Nice, good damage there. Okay, but he is going to this. That's good. Touch of Rekos, again, coming in clutch here, just giving us some extra heals. Alright, let's go for an S3 defense break. We should be able to solo this boss. If not, we can go in a second time. I want to try to avoid that if possible. Let's go to Flawn. Yeah, so that's something I didn't really quite think through there, right? The focus and fighting spirit being drained kind of sucks. I think Afternoon Soak Flawn might actually be a pretty good choice for the elite boss monsters, actually. I don't think she's absolutely useless in this mode, so we will try for that. I'm just going to start soul burning my Tenebria and my haste. Tenebria got the greater attack buff there from her S3. Let's go ahead and soul burn this. Just to heal. Look at that, chunky heal. That's why haste is so good here. And stacking all those debuffs on the boss is very nice. Extra damage from the bleeds too. Let's go for a S3 onto. Let's do it onto the haste. He's been doing good damage so far. I probably would have failed this honestly if I didn't have this Tundra's Blessing though. The damage is starting to ramp up quite a bit. Alright, come on. 28k from the Tenebria. Ooh, he's a little less damage there. Alright, do we want to go for this? No. We'll save Flan Soulburn for later. It ignores res, but boss about to cleanse himself. There you have it. Okay, and we can S2. She will heal. But the healing is starting to decrease as well as the match goes on. Okay, good defense break. Let's go ahead and S1. We're getting close. I would like to S3. I probably could have gone for a different artifact too, given that we can't dual attack here. I don't think we need to do a res. He already has a full defense break on him, 2 turns. So let's go for this. Nice, decent damage. Haste is looking a little low. Okay. And unfortunately, Hazel does not have any of her healing up here. Let's go for a Soulburn on this. Get some healing for the team. We'll go for a Soulburn on this. Let's try and dump as much damage as possible. No speed down, unfortunately. Really would like to land a speed down on him. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, so now we no longer have the Hazel with us. Yeah, it's looking a little bleak. Vampirism is still applied. Defense break is still up. Vampiric touch. Not vampirism. After Soak Flan. Gonna be one of the last few ones alive here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to solo. Normally, you're able to. With Sermia, I definitely would have. So that's definitely, again, an oversight on my part. I was testing out the little guide of Ancient Inheritance. I'll try to link it below, by the way. It's a very in-depth guide on what teams and such you can bring to Ancient Inheritance. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in for a second round. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump in for our second fight against the Warden. Unfortunately, we weren't able to finish off just now. So, yeah, jumping into this here, it's going to be pretty straightforward too. There's a pretty decent team comp that you guys can use. It's linked in the guide down below. But yeah, this is the team right here. Okay, so here are the stats of the units going into this. We have Tamarin, she's going to be on Touch of Rekos. I kind of swapped it over from the Hazel because we can't use her anymore. Cirilla is going to be one of the 3 defense breakers here. As you can see a pattern, just bring as many defense breakers as possible, right? Cirilla here on Bloody Rose is going to be really good for the Vampiric Touch so that we can heal up some HP. And then she is going to be on a speed and penetration build because all of her attacks are single target. Ballin Sazan is going to be on a speed and torrent set, and he's on Kalaldra. The set bonuses, again, just give extra damage and such. You also get the set bonus stats, so that's why his speed is higher than it normally would be if it was on destruction or something. So speed sets for turn cycling, make sure he goes, and Ken is going to be here as the follow-up damage dealer. He should be on an artifact. We're going to go ahead and put him on the Seasons artifact, actually. That's going to be very useful for him. I'm also really grateful that Smallgate allows us to edit units in here directly now without having to exit the Ancient Inheritance menu and then coming back in. But usually you put him on Our Beautiful Seasons. It is the best damage artifact against bosses and such in the game for PvE. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this and see how it goes. We've already participated, but it doesn't matter. We're going to solo the Warden so that we can continue progressing as a guild. Alright, and starting off, I'm just going to go ahead and S2. Just top off everybody with some heals, and we start. The fun begins. So this team, again, just spam your defense breaks whenever the opponent doesn't have a defense break on them. Ballin Sazan has this really strong S2, where he deals damage proportional to the number of debuffs on the opponent. Because it's early on, we're just going to go ahead and stack more debuffs on the boss here. So get the unhealable. Could have gotten a speed down too, I believe, but it's okay. We don't have Fighting Spear on Ken, so you'll never be able to S3, but his S2 is really strong because he dual attacks with the highest attack unit, right? Look at that. Pretty decent. Okay, but yeah, going into this here, let's go ahead and S1. His S1's not supposed to dual attack, but he just did, so... Okay, and there you go. With the ball, you're going to want to soul burn his S2. Normally you want to soul burn Ken's S2 for an extra turn if possible, but look at that. Good damage, right? We're just going to try and burst down the boss quick here. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful stuff. So he should be going down in this next turn. Ken can finish him off. Good job, Ken-sama. And there you guys have it. So yeah, hopefully in the later floors we'll be able to solo the Wardens in one go, so you can see a true one-shot. We kind of threw this time around because we're testing out the afternoon soak flan. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this type of video enjoyable and useful. If you did, leave a comment down below letting me know so I know to make more of these in the future. But yeah, until next time, take care.